What's up everybody, Maran here for another quick drive video. So this time I am in a Roush Supercharged 2019 Mustang GT. So this one is their stage 3 kit that they have, and so it does more than just the supercharger. But as far as the supercharger goes, it's a 2.65 liter supercharger. It does 710 horsepower at the crank, about 620 to the wheels. So it's a good amount of power, but not quite as much as you get with the Whipple supercharger, which is larger. You know, those do 800 with limited for performance. That's where I'm at here filming these videos. I have a limited for performance where they have their pick your power thing. So now there's endless possibilities for how you want to boost your Mustang. You know, they have twin turbo kits, they have superchargers of various types and various brands, and so it's literally, the possibilities are endless. And so this one is the Roush. Now this is a Roush whole, you know, the whole package from them. So that means that, you know, it's going to be a lot more expensive, but you do also get a longer warranty that's included and all that type of stuff, which is great. But before we talk more about that, I'm going to go ahead and put it up into the sport mode. For the transmission to sport mode, this is the 10-speed automatic, so you're going to have faster shifts here. And also this is running 275 wide tires on this Roush Stage 3 kit, and so that'll help to give us better traction than with the base models that we've done in the past. But let's do a little acceleration and see how it does. Still just wants to spin. Nice hard shifts too. Wow, that's impressive. But thankfully we got these Brembos to haul us down from that speed very, very quickly, which is great. But man, oh man, this thing takes off, and it feels a little torquier and a little punchier, I think, than the Whipple setup. We have a smaller supercharger, so that's kind of interesting. But I think it's just the tuning. And when the transmission's in sport mode, it really wants to just go for it. But it's crazy how this thing just, oh man, when you have everything in sport mode, it really does not mess around. And so with the supercharger, it just adds to that experience. Another thing you get here with the Roush setup is you get their active exhaust here, and so it's quad tip just like the Ford one, but this obviously is a little bit of a more aggressive setup. And so you have, instead of it being tied into the you know, drive modes and stuff like you get with a normal Mustang, you do have this separate individual controller down here, which is made of actual metal, and so it gets very hot here in the summer, so not great to touch whenever it's a hot summer day. But anyway, with that you can change it up and go into whatever mode you want here. So there's a track mode, and then they got sport and touring, and it has a great sound to it. Honestly, it's quieter than I was expecting it to be. It's still sounds really, really good though. But honestly, I think the standard Ford system sounds almost as cool. This does sound better for sure, but I kind of like how Ford has their system all tied into the drive modes and stuff, whereas with this, having a separate controller, it's okay. But we'll go ahead and put it down to the touring mode now. And that's pretty quiet. That allows you to hear the supercharger a little bit more. But it is still quiet though. I wish they had made that a little bit louder, but we'll go ahead and put the exhaust back up into its loud mode. Sounds great. But yeah, so I mean, I'll include the screenshot there of everything that this vehicle has in the Stage 3 kit. I mean, it is a long laundry list of things here that it has done to it. And so, you know, as you can see, this one is expensive. This one is just under $80,000 for the Stage 3 kit. But this car, again, started life as a nearly $50,000 Mustang GT to begin with. So, you know, if you were to start with a lower spec version of the GT here, then, you know, you wouldn't have price quite that high. But it is still a huge jump, especially considering, you know, like you can get the Whipple Bullet for, you know, under $60,000 or something like that. And so for this to be, you know, about 20 grand more than even that, for less power, it's just, that's kind of the thing with Roush, is, you know, they have these complete packages. So obviously you get way more than just the power, and that's kind of one of the things with their packages that's nice, is it's all one thing. And so instead of, you know, a la carte thing like you could get, or, you know, just aftermarket stuff where you just pick and choose what you want to do, this, it's all part of a package. And so, you know, the package is comprehensive. Like I said, you get a coilover suspension setup with adjustable ride height, and then of course you get the cooler looking wheels, you have, you know, the more aggressive aerodynamics you have here, and you know, all the striping and everything else, the spoiler, the rear valance, all that type of stuff. It does look look a lot cooler. Even on the inside here, you have some nice touches. Like you have these different seat material here, so it's Alcantara in the middle and leather on the side. It's kind of like a California special seat, but I do like how it has the Roush embroidering there. And then you even have a boost gauge here, which is something obviously you don't get unless you have an EcoBoost Mustang. A boost gauge over here instead of your normal vacuum gauge. So that's nice. That's kind of one of the perks of doing something that's kind of factory backed, is you have some of those extra touches. You have a Roush plaque there, you have Roush door sills, all those types of things kind of make it a little bit more of a comprehensive package than just someone modifying a Mustang. But it's punchy. And I also love the way they retune the transmission so that it gives you a little bit of a firmer shift. Now that's also something that you get too with a regular Mustang whenever you're in sport mode. But this seems to be a little bit firmer to me. And so it makes it just feel that much sportier as well, which is awesome too. And since we do have coilovers, we're going around a couple of corners here. See how this handles here. That does a good job. Pretty impressed with the way this is handling. And then you get on it and it just takes off. The transmission does seem to be getting a little confused, which I'm surprised by, considering this isn't like just normal aftermarket transmission tuning. This is Roush tuning here. And the automatic does get a little confused, it seems, at times, trying to deal with this extra power. But it still does an excellent job here of putting the power to the ground, with, again, 275 wide tires. I would have, I think, honestly, it'd be nice to even go for wider tires than that, because that's not massive. That's what my Bullet runs stock, So it would be good to have wider tires, but it is, it's still, like I said, it's part of this package, and I think, it's fine. I would personally probably put some bigger tires on the back so you can actually put down all that power. And then if you don't want to if you want to have the Roush Supercharged, but you don't need all the gingerbread, you don't want to have all the dress-up stuff here on it, you can just do a Roush Supercharged, and like Limited for Performance can just install one of those. Now the warranty is a little bit different, because if you get a serialized Roush car like this one here, then you get a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty as standard. So you basically have the same exact powertrain coverage you get from Ford from the factory, and you can even extend that. They just recently announced to 100,000 miles if you want to pay extra for it. So you can have a full long warranty with the Supercharger, which is awesome, and that's really the biggest perk of the Roush. And so, obviously you pay more for the Roush, but you do get the standard warranty. And even if you just do the Roush Supercharged and you don't do the whole package, then it goes down to a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, but you still do get a standard warranty, which is something you have to pay extra for with Whipple and there's others if you want some coverage. And so that is one nice thing. And also it's nice that with the Roush setup, usually at other Ford dealers, they will be able to service it. They kind of know, because that is under Ford's banner with Roush. So, if they pop the hood and see the Roush name, then they're not confused, and, usually they'll be more willing to help you out and stuff, and obviously honor that Roush warranty, versus some of the others, they pop the hood, they just see a huge Supercharger, it might be a little bit more confusing for them, and, you have to go through Whipple for that coverage and all that kind of stuff, instead of just, taking it to a dealer. And so that's really, I think, the advantage of the Roush, because otherwise, as the numbers go, you get less power for the money. And it is still a great package. I really love it. It's fantastic. But usually whenever it comes to people, wanting more power, they're going to want as much as possible usually. And so, I think the Whipple's more attractive in that regard, but I do like that Roush has the factory backing. And for someone like myself who does like having a warranty and having that peace of mind, you can still have your aftermarket fun and still have really good coverage. And I think that goes a long way for a lot of people that actually do daily drive these, and it's not just a toy, but it's something they actually need to get them places, and they don't have 10 grand in their back pocket for a brand new motor if this one blows or something. So I like that they have that coverage, and I think that's really cool. And so obviously you still do pay more for a Roush Supercharger versus a Whipple or something like that, but you do get that coverage. So that is something to consider, if you are considering going forced induction with your Mustang. But it's a very sweet setup for sure. And I mean, the coilovers do a good job too. Now, I don't feel like this is a world of difference over just, Performance Pack Level 1. And the Performance Pack Level 2 straight from Ford gives you wider tires than this. And even better handling. And this thing, it almost has a mind of its own. It wants to spring into action. Even I'm just going like partial throttle, and it's like, all right, let's go like almost full throttle. It just really wants to go. Like it's kind of crazy the way the tuning is. It's hilarious fun, but it's definitely a beast, that's for sure. But yeah, so anyway, huge thanks Levin for Performance for providing me with this Roush charged Mustang to review for you guys today. Let me know what you think about Roush's setup in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.